Hey,
So y'all
Black,
keep it up.
keep
Yo, yo.
educating, brother. I'm gonna be staying in contact with you, my boy.
He's calling in the
I knew somebody was
percentages.
gonna bring that up. I was waiting. I knew it. I was waiting. I can't even be upset about it though. But
Can I just
that's
say, being sub-Saharan African doesn't mean that you're black, because sub-Saharan African can also mean that like you're Arab, and then there's the Middle East. People who are from the Middle East and who are from sub-Sahara Africa are not black. They can be. You can still be black and be Middle Eastern, but you can also be Asian. And like it's just yeah, Africa is not being black. There's so many parts to
that's
Africa. There's East Africa, West Africa. West Africa is mainly black, and then you have South Africa, which is black and white. So
yo yo.
yeah, being from Africa is not being black.
I got a question.
Yeah, sure.
Do Africans identify themselves as black? Do they say I'm black, or they say what is the response if someone says, "Hey, yo yo, you're black"?
We'd say yes because well, it actually depends, because if I'm in Africa and
Mm-hmm.
somebody tells me I'm black, well, obviously I know I'm black because I'm in Africa. But I guess my first response would be like, yeah, I'm African, I'm black. But then in the
Right.
UK, if somebody was like, oh, what are you? I'll be like, I'm black, because as soon as I step into the UK, the first thing they know me as is black.
Mm-hmm. But it's not necessarily something that Africans can say, "Oh, we're black." They would say, "Oh, I'm
Yeah,
this or
they're like,
I'm
yeah,
that." They
I'm
have a
this and
name. They
that.
have something that titles them. Where here in
Hmm.
America, that's not the case. It's what we see on a job application. What is your ethnicity? Black or
Yeah.
African American or black with no Hispanic descent. It's crazy to see these things, but that's the type of stuff that we deal with here. Do you see anything like that on job applications over there in the UK or in Africa?
Yeah, and in the UK, well, it's like when you're applying, it's more like, oh, are you Black Caribbean? Are you Black British? Are you Black African? And then there's
Yeah.
like subcategories of African. Are you African that's black? Are you African that's white? Are you African that's like, part of the Middle East? Are you African? And so on, so on. So it's like there's more categories in the UK,
Well, here in
but
the
like,
United States,
yeah,
what's interesting is, okay, so I don't know if you guys heard, but recently there was a mass shooting where 10 people were killed in Boulder, Colorado. Is anybody
Yeah,
familiar with that? Did you guys hear about that? So the
yeah.
guy who ended up committing the murder, he was Syrian. All right. So if you pay attention to the mass media, this is how the media is on nonsense. The left wing media was saying, oh, white supremacy is the biggest threat to the United States, and this is a white guy who did this. And then the right wing media, right? The right wing media said, oh, look at the lefty liberals. The lefty liberals said that it was going to be a white guy, and here it happens to be a Arabic guy. Now, here's where the complexities come. If you go and actually do your research, there's a case in U.S. immigration law called DOW versus the United States. And in that case, the United States allowed Syrian immigrants to be designated as white for naturalization and immigration purposes. So you have to ask yourself the question, if this race and all this construct and all of this stuff, if it's not important, why is it that in order to get naturalization
Mm-hmm.
privileges, did they have to go through an entire court case? And in order to get the privileges that they needed, they had to be designated as white
yeah,
Syrians, right? Now, if you
Mm-hmm.
look at the definitions of white or Caucasian or any of that kind of stuff, it has a lot of different meanings. There's the Europeans, there's the Turkish people, there's Greek people, there's people like Yo-Yo was saying from North Africa, like Morocco, and people from South Africa who are white. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dutch who lived down there from the apartheid days. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself this question: why is this terminology in such disarray? Why is it that you have to go to a court case to become designated as white. But if you don't fall into that designation of white, you could just get put in a bucket.
Yeah.
That's the question. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Usually when you
before
go
you
to court,
get going,
oh my
go
bad,
on,
yo
go
yo,
on,
go ahead, go ahead.
go on, go on, go on, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, usually when you go to court either to gain access to something. You either go to court to gain access to punitive damages, you go to court to gain access to be able to punish someone. You're going to court in order to gain access. So when those people, the Syrian Christians who filed for that court case, when they did that to gain access to a certain something so that they could come to the United States. What was that something they went to court for to gain that access? What was it?
Money?
It had it had to be that designation of white.
Okay.
Yeah, so do you guys mind if I play the messages?
I got homework.
Okay, like I said, I am Nigerian and Nubian. That's my 4.8%. Obviously, I'm majority white. I'm 46% Caucasoid. 41% Native American and Arab, like 3% Arab, and the rest is African black.
Easy life. When you graduate school or learn more in biology and history, you will understand that everyone came from Africa. All right,
Yeah,
everyone.
we know
So
that.
that's what your family, your DNA has shown. You've got a percentage lower than 10. The remainder of your body is not fully generated from there. Okay, and you don't have the right to. You just live in the area. You're not entitled to it. But each to their own. You wipe your own ass, but you don't pay your own bills, mate. Okay? Just because they were calling you them word is down to them because they use it as a word of insult and retardedness now. But as an older man from a black community, you would not be able to go anywhere else and say it to people like it is normal.
I'm so sorry, but that last voice note, I'm so sorry, but I think I just lost a few brain cells.
What?
So, I'm not even going to get into it, but no, you cannot say the N-word. You are not, the N-word is, no, don't say it, mate. Whoever said that last voice note and said, I'm 4.8%. Mate, no, just no, stop, no, you do not have the right to say it. End of it. End of. I don't give a shit if you're 4.8% African. Doesn't mean you're fucking. Doesn't mean you. Oh my god! I can't. I've actually lost brain cells. I'm sorry, guys. Hope you're all having a good day.
I think that this whole category thing in job applications needs to, not be part of it because that just, segregates jobs for people. Because if there's a boss who, sees applications and that one boss could actually be like, you know what, I would just want to hire black people. Or if there's a white boss who's like, oh, I just want to hire white people. I think the race thing in a job application shouldn't be a thing. The thing about people from Syria is that people from Syria are Persians. So pretty much they're the descendants of Caucasians from the Caucasus regions. They are part of the white population. It's not that they were designated as white. It's just that they are culturally they are white. Yeah, they're just Muslim. That's the only difference.
Lay replied to Easy Life. Look, dude, I'm 1% black in me, but still. In today's world of society and life, they only go by what colors your skin. So it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. Now it just matters on what skin color you are. So it doesn't give you a right to say the N-word. I mean, of course, the First Amendment right, but I mean, still, you shouldn't be saying the N-word. You're not black. But Alright. Believe wherever you wish.
Can I just say, the second you need to go into percentages to, like, talk about your blackness, you're not black. Like, if you believe that as a 75% white person, that you have 25% black in you, that you can say the N-word, you are not black. Society will never perceive you as black. Same way as if a 75% black person tried to claim the 25% white in them and be like, yo, guys, I'm 25% white. Give me my privilege. I'm over here, guys. Come on. Where's my privilege? Come on, give it to me. Like, they're not gonna get it because
Hey,
society's like,
all look, all he
it's the
got to
same
do is
with like, oh,
all he got to do is get booked downtown, go to jail. They not gonna have none of that. They gonna put him white, and he might be out in a couple of days. It's that simple. You saw what they did to Tiger Woods. They didn't give him that other mixture he had. They had him as African black and booked him. It don't have to go that far. It's just Ancestry done started the DNA testing thing, and everybody's trying to use that as a scapegoat. And it's like, chill. That's it's not an excuse.
like there's so many people that try and use it. Like, Logic.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even 50% black. He's 25% black. And this man is talking about how he comes from an N-word daddy and he comes from a cracker mum. And you're just like, so you are 25% black. Your parents, like, they're majority white. You're 75% white. You're perceived as a white man, and you're trying to use that 25% black
Just
as a
wait.
way to, like, you know,
These conversations are elementary. Just wait
Yeah.
until 150 years in the future. The new segregation will be if you're transhuman, if you're part robot, or if you've been organically modified. You know what I'm saying? Like my man 101 Networks down there was speaking some truth on that transhumanism. What we're dealing with right now, as far as these biological race classifications, is just a preliminary for the chaos that's about to happen when they start augmenting people's brains with the Neuralink chip, when they start integrating artificial intelligence with humans, when they start coming up with, molecular nanobots, to enhance human abilities. This is just the beginning,
Yeah, they
and we've
already
been
starting
having this
that.
conversation for years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Fucking nigger.
I mean that's expected. That's expected. I knew somebody's gonna come in and do that. I mean, that's part of this. That's what happened.
I want to reply to 101. You just said that I was African as well, but yeah, you say I'm not black. So
But
which one is it? Am I African or am I not African?
again, you can be okay. I'm British, but I'm not white. So my ethnicity is Nigerian. My nationality is British. You can have a nationality that is aligned with Africa. Like, you could say I'm Nigerian, but my ethnicity is German and my race is white. Like, that's
We
how it works. Like, people need to understand the difference between nationality, ethnicity, and race before they even start trying to include themselves in these kind of conversations, because it just brings a lot of like um it brings a lot of what's it called, not unintelligent but ignorant. It brings a lot of ignorant questions and ignorant
we
sayings.
we can actually simplify it. Elon Musk. Elon
I
Musk
like him.
is South African. So does that make Elon Musk a quote African American? But then look at it. So
There's always
let's
that
simplify
one
it.
white woman.
Oh God.
Okay,
Who was
next
that?
thing is, I don't know if you don't know in America, but in England, there was
Moving to listeners because I don't know
Yeah,
what
Rocky.
you're saying.
You guys talk about this a lot, or what other talks do you guys have?
I talked about like toxicity in the black community, like gender wars, so
Mm.
on.
Well, that's dope. I'm probably gonna hop off here, uh, like in a bit, but if you guys ever need me to be that
Howdy,
1%
folks.
gonna
Yeah, yeah.
question everything, you know what I mean? I'm here for you guys.
Yeah,
What's up?
I'm gonna follow
Right.
you because you're a cool dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving all you guys a follow.
Yeah, you guys can follow me if you want to.
I
I
don't
follow
really
Appreciate
back.
want
it,
to,
brother.
sorry. I don't know. I don't feel good
Okay,
following somebody who believes that because they're 4.8% black, they should, well, not even black, African, they should be allowed to, say the N-word. But that's just my kind of
But I
views.
no wait. See, I stated before this whole argument that I don't like saying the N word. I don't say it, and I don't ever want to say it because it's just a word that I don't like how it sounds.
Yeah, but what
So
was the point of you bringing up that you're 4.8% black? Like,
it was
or
the
not
whole
even
point
black,
was
African.
that I'm mixed.
You're not mixed with anything. That's just how biology works. We're from, like, humans were mixed with a lot of things. Like, I'm not gonna say because I'm 4.8% white that I'm white too. Like, I'm majority
So you
black,
believe in
so I am black.
segregation?
I don't believe in segregation. I believe that what you're talking about is bullshit. Like, you're not
Well, it's not.
mixed.
How is it bullshit? It's biology.
It's because it's biology, but again, you're not mixed. Like, being
I
mixed is
am
like,
mixed. I am
biracial, 50 50,
Hold
white,
20
on.
half
Let,
Native
let, let,
25
American.
percent
let's try this a different way. So, okay, hold on. So, Alexander, you
Yeah,
said that she believes in segregation. Do
yeah,
you
because
understand
she's
what
just
segregation is? Hold on, slow down. Do you understand what segregation is?
yes.
What is segregation?
I can give you a great example. The apartheid in South
No,
Africa,
I don't want an example. I want a
Yo,
definition. What does segregation mean?
the separation of different racial groups.
So, how is what Yo-Yo is saying segregating anybody? I
Because
didn't.
she's categorizing me as a one group of people. Like that's just not true. I clearly stated that I'm half Native American and half white, and also have 13 different origins.
She didn't categorize you though. You categorized yourself by talking
yes,
about your designations. The only thing she said that
4.8.
is if you're not black, you shouldn't use the N word. She didn't say you need to use a separate bathroom.
I
She
will
didn't
never
say you need
say
to
the
go
N
to a
word because I
separate
just
church.
don't like saying it.
So I don't understand where the communication breakdown went, how that happened between you two.
Well, she says that I'm not black, but I am black.
No,
So
you're
I'm
not. Being
so if
sub-Saharan
She's
African
racist.
is not the
no.
same.
So okay, so what happens is in order to be designated as a certain race, there's a certain percentage of DNA markers that are unique to one specific race that you have to have in order to be designated as a certain quote race. Or like here in the United States, which is a law that none of us made, it's a law that the people who created the United States made. There's what's called the one drop law. So what we need to ask you is, are you from the United States and are you following the one drop law? Because if we apply the one drop law standardized across the entire globe, that makes everybody on the planet an African American, and we can shut down, or it makes them an African, and we can shut down the entire conversation.
Yeah, I was born here, and I do believe in the one drop law. So we're all African.
Is that how that's applied in society?
It's not, but it can be applied to smaller cultures, subcultures,
Like what?
like us here,
Who is us?
here in this podcast.
What?
No, if we're on the podcast and we're talking about world views and we're talking about the way that the world is, we don't make up our own academic rules for the sake of the podcast. We talk about things the way that they are, and the way
Yeah,
that they are is that there's people don't follow the one drop rule for the most part anymore. And even so, you talked about subcultures. There's some subcultures that don't accept a lot of light skinned or mixed people as black. And I mean, it is
right.
what it is. I'm mixed. My mom is Latino. You know what I'm saying? She's a mix of Mestizo, you know what I'm saying, Taino Indian, you know what I'm saying, and black, African American. But there's some black people will be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not fully black, whatever. It is what it is. That's a community
Yeah,
designation. If the majority of the community feels that way, then that's what it is. I don't care. But I still identify as who I identify with, and I would never try to prioritize what I need to say over somebody who has more, uh, who has more vicinity to the actual roots of the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
And then the guy says, I'm half Native American and half white, that's it. That's a full cake, bruv. You can't then say, then I'm half this and half that. You failed on maths, bruv. You failed on fractions, algebra, the whole kabam. Don't ever look at a circle again, bro. Like, if you eat cake and someone goes, hey, I'm giving you a slice, don't expect to have half of it. It don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. Alright? Now, you keep on saying, am I African or black? Motherfucker, you got me swearing on a message. Black and white is just a class system. You can see that looking at a so-called white person wearing a white shirt is not the same complexion. The same way you look at a black person and see that they have black hair, they are not the same complexion. You, my friend, do not even understand the reality in words.
Well, down in the South, they got the one drop rule. One drop rule means if you got one drop of black blood in you, then boom, you black. I don't know. It's not based in science though. But
That's my man.
I
Bro.
mean, I don't
What's
know
up, bro?
if it is or not, but that's what they say.
So back then I would have been considered a black man. You guys understand that, though, right?
Yeah, but then they wouldn't know because back then they didn't have DNA kits, but
Yeah,
whatever.
well. So you telling me that back then you would have not accepted me?
I'm talking about back then we wouldn't have known to accept you because there were no fucking DNA kits. If you give me a historical book where they had a DNA kit, but they could have possibly said you are 4.8% sub-Saharan African and Nigerian. Here
See,
you are now labeled as that.
The
this is the
reality of it,
reason.
Alexander. The reality of it, Alexander, is you're asking the wrong question. You're asking if she would accept you. People who were, racially ambiguous, or people who are passing, it's a matter of they're passing as white. They don't pass as black. Nobody really passes as black. People do what's called black fishing now, but
Yeah.
people understood that back in the day. Even now, but not so much now because they kind of changed the laws. Back then, it was more beneficial to be, quote, seen as white. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been a matter of her accepting you. It would have been a matter of you and whoever you were blending in with accepting her or any one of us.
See, I want to answer to Jojo real quick. See, you're the reason why black men are leaving you for white women.
Oh, Lord. Hey,
Okay.
bro.
Before we
That's a personal
even get
attack,
into
cuz.
that kind of topic, I want to know who are you to tell me that's the reason why black men are leaving? Because there's so many factors. Again, beauty standards.
No, it's
Black
not.
women are not the beauty standards. Black men are told from a young age, taught from a young age through media and
It's
other
because of
means
your
that white women
attitude.
are the beauty standard. And then we have so
It's
many
because
things
of
that
your
tie into
attitude.
it. We have the toxicity within the own black
Black
community
women are cute, but your attitude has to
fairer
change.
Hey,
skin is better than darker skin. Like there's so many
hey.
factors into it. And as a black woman, me being the issue. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding
No,
me?
it's not you. It's not your color. It's your attitude.
My
What does
Yo,
that
yo,
have
actor
to
yo,
do with
yo,
also
yo,
would
sex?
yo,
bring me
yo,
to that
yo, 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 yo,
stereotype
yo,
of
yo,
black
yo,
women.
yo,
Okay.
yo, chill, because this is the practice
Yeah.
of how it gets thrown,
Yeah,
and
he just trying to troll.
yeah, that's the practice of
Hopefully,
what I'm trying to point out with don't Alexander, sorry.
Yes.
We're changing the narrative, and the whole point of this panel is more so of the N word, and we've gotten away from it a little bit.
All right.
Well, a great deal, because now we're attacking Yo-Yo for her her opinion or fact. She's bringing fact, and she's sharing what she feels, but we don't have to go and start pointing at attitudes and stuff like that. And if that is your approach for Yo-Yo, because you have four of us in here, you got Bunchy, Black, myself, and you haven't asked anything to us, and you keep coming at Yo-Yo, and she just made a solid statement as to what your response to what you said, and from both Yo-Yo and Black validating what you said, they've given strong facts. So if we could just bring back to what this conversation was about
Yeah.
before you brought up the
You're right.
ancestry lineages and all that, because it's
Yeah.
turning into a back and forth, and that's really not what we're trying to do.
Right.
But it's like, you could say, well, he's not black because he's majority another race, but then that's what the other race is gonna say. Well, he's black because he has a little bit in him. So if they say that and y'all say that, then he's stuck in the middle. So he's got to make his own choice. If he identify as black, then then that makes him black. If he got black blood,
See, I told you I was black.
Is it okay for us white folks to say the N word in singing? Hell yeah. A bit of Snoop. It ain't aimed at nobody. If you're using it in an argument, no. When you say, what's up, to your friends? Yeah. My brothers? Yeah. I got a stepbrother who's brown. I got a mixed race sister. I got a mixed race brother. I got a mixed race stepmom. To them, I can say the N word because it's just a bit of fun. Because they say to me, what's up, honky? It's when you're close and you know it's not offensive, good enough. But when you're in an argument with somebody you don't know, hell no. That's below the belt. Nor should they. Race is just one word.
Can I
Can I ask
respond
a
to
quick
this really
question?
quickly?
Let me just ask a quick question. How come all the white people, when they do the responses to these, they say, can us white people use the N-word? The title of the thing says, should non-black
Yeah.
people use the N-word? I just want to make a public service announcement that there's other people on the planet that are non-black other than white people. Okay, continue.
Yeah, that's why I put it as non-black, because it's a whole issue of non-black people using the N-word, which is why if I wanted it to be directed at white people, I would have put white in the title. But like to his answer of, the N-word and having a mixed race sister and a mixed race stepmom and so on, I don't really care what your mixed race people tell you to say, because again, that isn't me. Like if you want to say it, then like go ahead, but I cannot guarantee that everybody else will take it the same way that you are taking it, because the N-word has a lot of history and a lot of people just don't like using it in general. They don't like hearing it. And then you saying that you can use it because other people have told you yes you can use it, and you're saying, oh, but in different instances it's not okay because the history behind it. It makes no sense. It's just being hypocritical. It's saying dependent on the situation you can use it however you want, but then the meaning of the word still has not changed, not one bit. So is it you want to use it when you feel comfortable and when you feel like you're not offensive? Like I feel like that's what a lot of white people are saying, that they want to use it, but because they know it's wrong, they only use it around people that they know will not tell them off for using it. Like that's what I'm getting from this whole talk.
This reminds me of one time where I was. This is super relevant to the conversation about the N word. I was on xvideos.com, which is better than Pornhub.com. And I was
What?
watching this one white girl.
Yeah. What? Oh man. Yo.
Okay.
Hey, that was crazy. Oh man. Well, Bunchy, I'm gonna be honest with you with that last guy's question or what he was saying with can white people say it? Nah, man, nobody can say it because in the black community, we trying to change that. Some of us are yay and some of us are nay, but at the same time, we still teach the history. When I got corrected, it was still that, hey, don't you know where that word came from? And you choose. But for the most part, we are getting taught right is right and wrong is wrong. And if we're trying to change and help our community get better at how we talk to each other, because trust me, it's a continuous conversation. Even with how we talk about our women in our own rap music and stuff like that, it's a whole nother ball game. And trust me when I say it's not unspoken in the black community about this topic. There are cultures in the black community that we accepted it, and for the most part, we trying to change that mindset. If they want to do it, that is where we leave it to them. Just like we look at every other topic where it's a choice. If you want to be Christian,
Yeah.
we can't force it on you. It's up to you. But if we can reach out and teach the education of what we're trying to get you to understand about the N-word, it's pretty much all we can do.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Hey, Liz.
yeah, I was gonna say, fucking, no, I understand all that, and you feel me? Like, I have my morals and everything's fucking gravy in order, all that shit, right? But what I'm saying, is I wanted you to think, and everyone that watches this podcast to think, like, from any type of perspective. I didn't mean to go into the fucking shallow water, like you guys said. And that's not like actually what I'm thinking. I'm not being arrogant or nothing. It was just like, so they're questions that people want to ask that nobody's gonna fucking ask in here. Every person that was in here, they're like, oh no, don't say that. You know what I mean? But what if you meet someone that's cool with it and it's gonna ask you all these questions? That's what I wanted to do. You feel me?
Yeah, and if that's the case, just know the education behind it. Same thing with
Yeah.
dreads. You got a lot of people out here that wear dreads, and if they don't understand where it came from and what the root and why it exists, I mean, I was put in my place and I had my dreads. I had a Rastafarian step up to me, and I thought for sure he was gonna take me to Jamaica. That man took me further than that, and I was just like, all right, let me respect that. And I did my research and understood what I got myself into. And it's either you respect it and have the knowledge of it,
Mm-hmm.
or like I said earlier, you'll choose what you're asking. What if it happens, you have to make a choice then. And I'm not gonna be there when that situation happens up again. But if you can be like, yeah, I'm not gonna say it, and this is the reason why I'm not saying it. Boom, 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 boom. They'll probably look at you like, well, damn, this man took the time to educate me on something that I might. And you may surprise a lot of people with how you can change it from going to an argument. That's the biggest thing about this panel is that, and when Alexander was attacking Yo-Yo, if you see it going into that direction, you just got to find how they can get to that point, and it's usually something sideways, like when he was saying her attitude, stuff like that, and it's kind of underlining because when you look at how he was saying black
And
women
it's just a
losing white.
microaggression.
Yeah, and it was a subliminal thing, but at the same time, it's like that's been the practice to upset, and then next thing you know, if we probably got heated, you probably would have heard the N-word get dropped, and that's what I was like, I've seen this, I know how this happens, and then you start seeing it escalate, and then boom, we might have had an upset Alexander say the wrong thing, and then he goes back to, I'm 4.8% black, I have every right, and it's like, nah. And it looked like that's where he was trying. I'm not saying that, I'm assuming that if it hadn't gotten out of hand, we would have witnessed exactly what we're trying not to see anymore. And if most people that's asking this question are saying, no, we shouldn't do it, and some people saying, yeah, we should, just have the mindset of learning it and then just sharing the education you got and try to help a lot of Americans who don't want to hear it and don't want to accept it, learn something from it and let them choose moving forward.
Yeah. Hey, but on that note, I'm heading out right there, you guys. So.
Okay.
It was a class talk.
See you. I'll follow you, I guess. Oh yeah. Well, I've already followed you, I think. Yeah. So.
So yeah. No, keep doing what you guys are doing. That's dope. Fucking give out that knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, have a good one, guys.
All right.
You too.
On that note, I'm gonna follow him out too, because I got Father's Day to worry about. My kids are up, so I'll holler at y'all. I appreciate it. I'm following y'all, so y'all stay up. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Be easy.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody. Peace, everybody. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm about to bounce up off of here, but it was a great convo, though. You know
Hey, Black.
Keep it up.
Keep educating, brother. I'm gonna be staying in contact with you, my boy.
Oh, for sure, bro. For sure.
I appreciate it.
Hit my profile and follow my other socials. You know
all
what
right.
I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. Peace.
Yeah.
All
Yo,
right,
yo.
Thanks for letting me on the panel.
Yeah.
Yo, don't get into no altercation with these people now. All right.
I'm not.